Hello everyone, my name is Andy. Today is Sunday, October 3rd. Time is around 10 GMT and we will have a look at the S&P 500 futures on the Owanda platform. So it's Sunday, markets are closed, but I will provide a higher time frame analysis and I will also give you the lower time frame analysis for Monday, the first trading day of the week tomorrow. So here we are looking at the weekly chart, and my take on the S&P is that we had a wave one here from the March 2020 lows, wave one in the higher degree, five waves up, one, two, three, four, five. We end here with divergence, looks nice. Then we came back as a wave two, an ABC pattern here, corrective wave. And yeah, what we did, we nicely touched the zero point 0.5 FIB retracement. So if we take the length of our wave one, then we can see here that we touched the zero point 0.5 level and we went back up. A wave two is supposed to go between the zero point 0.5 and the 0.854 level. And so now I believe from here we could have started a wave three to the upside. So then this here becomes our target. So maybe I also put a label there, here, wave three. So this target we can find by here taking the length of our wave one, the length of our wave two, and then here the area between the 1 and the 1.618 FIB extension is our target. Now we will not go there in a straight line. This is an impulsive wave, so we should go there again in five waves, as you can see here. And yeah, I think we are working here on the wave one. I think the wave one is currently in progress. Now, this looks very bullish. Of course, there's also a possibility that, yeah, that we are actually acting bearish. For now, there's not really an indication for this, but as you can see here, we it looks like we started a downward cycle, and so although we are overall bullish in the S&P, once we have started a downward cycle, it is good to also consider bearish scenarios. Like my primary scenario is that this pullback will only be short-lived as a wave four, as we will see in the daily in a minute. However, yeah, it could also be that we have something more bearish. And if I have to come up with a bearish scenario in the weekly, I would say that yeah, maybe this wave two here is still ongoing, and then it would look like we have a wave one here up. This wave two is still ongoing, and then it would mean that we could have a flat structure here, like we came down in three, A, B, C, one, two, three. Then this here is something corrective up, like as a wave B, like A, B, C, like this. And then we come down in five waves, one, two, three, four, five, here into this area, and then we could make the wave two here in the higher degree low. So that's a possibility. However, it's not my primary scenario. Now, if we go to the excuse me, if we go to the daily, this is here how I would label the daily from this wave two low. I think we did a wave one up here. Then here we had some irregular structure as a running flat. I believe the wave two low is situated here. The RSI is helping me to do this reading or to make this conclusion. And then from here, we had a nice push up, a nice impulse as a wave 3. And so now I think the wave 4 here is ongoing, like corrective structure as a wave 4. Now, from here, as you can see, we have a completed structure, a completed correction. So it's actually good to go through some scenarios what could play out from this level here. I think we are in an important point or an important moment overall in all the indices, and so that's also the case for the S&P. So first of all, what could happen? Like remember the very bearish scenario I told you in the weekly. So that would mean here on the daily, like that this was just a corrective move as a wave B. Then it would be so a wave a wave B, the wave B as a running flat, and here this impulse as a wave C. So that would mean the 4 and the 5 are never coming because this is just a corrective move and we go down from here in 5 waves. For now, this does not really look the case. It looks more like a WXY pattern, but I mean, this can still become like an impulsive structure. Like we could have like a 1 2 1 2 and then like start to drop like a stone. For the moment there's no indication in the data, but yeah, if it happens, it will happen. Then it is what it is. If you really believe in this scenario, then yeah, the only way to protect yourself against the scenario is only taking short trades, I believe, or do proper risk management. But yeah, if you believe in this scenario, I don't think you should take long trades anymore. Now, my primary scenario would be um, that we are close to finish here a WXY correction as indicated in green. And so that would mean that we soon start to go up again from here as a wave 5. So let me check how deep we are in the wave 4 area. So the wave 4 area is indicated here. Well, normally a wave 4 can go into the area between the 0.146 and the 0.618, but now we reached the 0.382 level, which is actually a nice wave 4 retracement level. As you can see, there is still some space to go down, but it would not be like it would be kind of normal or yeah, kind of normal that we can that the wave 4 correction here is over. So this is also my primary scenario. The wave 4 correction here will soon be over, and then we can see some more upside as a wave 5. Now, therefore, it will be important that we get out of this downward cycle here in the daily, and also in the weekly. It would mean that we start to go back up again, like breaking this trend line again from below, and then ending here somewhere with divergence as the fifth wave. So this is something to monitor. Like I told you, there is actually still space to further go down. So another scenario, and this is the secondary scenario indicated here on my chart, indicated in red, would be that we do an additional corrective leg. So far we have 3, 1, 2, 3, but it could be that this 1, 2, 3 is only part of a larger WXY structure. And then what we would see is we go up again in 3 as a wave X, 1, 2, 3, somewhere in this area. And then we go down again in 3, 1, 2, 3. And then we finished our Y leg. And then this should be the end of the wave 4. So this is also a scenario that is possible. How will we decide on which scenario will exactly play out? Well, much should become clear the next days. Let's say if the correction is over here, we should start with something corrective here, because a wave, I mean something impulsive, because a wave 5 is an impulsive wave consisting of three impulsive waves. The wave 1, the wave 3, and the wave 5 is an impulse. So we need to see impulsive structures from here. If we would further act corrective, like, then this is a good indication that we are doing a wave X instead of the start of a wave 5. So this is something to monitor the next days. What exactly will we get? Will we get here? And then we have to make a decision. Do we go for the wave 5 scenario, or do we go for the WXY scenario? And then, of course, we also have to trade accordingly. So this is what can play out. This is what we have to watch for. And then, yeah, on the lower time frame, I would say this wave Y here is close to finish, unless we are in the very bearish scenario, the very bearish scenario I described in the weekly. It means that yeah, then we can actually further drop. And so that's why I said, if you believe in this very bearish scenario, then you can only do short trades. However, if we get one of the two scenarios indicated here, being the start of a wave 5 or being the start of a wave X, we should soon see upside, as I think that this wave Y here is almost finished. I think the wave Y is playing out as an A, B, C structure. It looks like of the wave C, a wave 4 is missing, and I think this here looks like the wave 4 for now. So I would think after this wave 4, we need a fifth wave. So I think we can go one more time down here, and then we should start to see upside. So we are also at the relevant areas. If you can, as you can see, so like if we take the length here of the wave W, the length of the wave X, then we are here in the wave Y area between the 1 and the 1.618 FIP extension, like this. We also already had a nice reaction from this area, as you can see. So this was here the wave 4 area. Let me make this a bit bigger. This was the wave 4 area. And then here we have probably an ABC, but we already extended or we went beyond the wave C area, I believe. Yes, exactly. We crossed we almost reached the 2.618 level. So we have this extended wave C. Here in the wave C, we do not have any relevant areas anymore. But here the wave Y and the wave 4 area should be some area where buyers step in again. And so then on the 1 hour, I would label it like this. So A, B, C, and then the C wave playing out here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me check how deep we are in the wave 4 area. So actually, there is still some space to go further up in the wave 4 area. So now we touched the 0.382 level of the wave 4 area. So it could still be that we first see some upside here on Monday, going deeper into this area before dropping. However, yeah, it could be that we also go further down from here as a fifth wave, because yeah, actually we have enough as a wave 4. We didn't reach the upper boundary, but we reached a nice level. The 0.382 level is a nice level for the wave 4. So this, yeah, we have to see on Monday what exactly we will get. Okay, that's my analysis for the S&P 500. If you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, comment to support my work. And then I see you back on Tuesday for another lower time frame analysis of the S&P 500. Thank you for watching and have a nice day. Bye bye.